Okay, let's try a Slavic draw. Trying to survive here, and that's pretty deep for an improvised ammunition. Now let's try it without the fletching, and I don't know if it's gonna shoot straight. What do you think? Ready? And I'm ready. Check out the takedown arrows thumb draw on this thing. Even takedown arrows work, but they're not durable. After a few shots, the takedown arrow kind of just breaks. I'd rather bring some shorter arrows. I think that's fine for my purpose of taking it to the bush and playing with it. If I have to use it to hunt, I'd probably engage at a much closer distance, so then my groupings is even smaller, like here. But food-wise, I have so much belly fat, like I can last for months. So I'm not too worried about getting food. Now this tube-like device might actually save your life. Especially in the context of survival bows like this compact one. This thing is also very compact as well. One of the challenges of survival bows is ammunition runs low, and it's very difficult in the field to make proper arrows. Well, you can make these sticks out of the bush, because sticks are naturally not always so straight, but you can always find straight segments this short. But to find a stick that's straight, that's 28 inches, is very difficult. So most people, they actually heat treat it. They try to bend the stick so that it straightens. But that takes a lot of time and effort to make a proper arrow suitable for your draw length. But you can make a much shorter boat like this. That being said, this device is quite dangerous to use, and you should only use it when you're desperate and you need to shoot ammunition. The biggest concern of this is the ammunition, in theory, could possibly hit your thumb. There are ways to shoot it so you avoid to give clearance from your thumb. You can hold the bow without your thumb away, or you can put armor on your thumb. Like you can put some string, like a piece of wood, a block of wood, to put some armor on your thumb as well. But I find the technique of moving your thumb away just helps out. But again, it's always good to keep in mind, only use this when you're starving and you're willing to sacrifice the possibility of hitting your thumb, regardless of how low that chance is. And I would also take time and make sure this tube device is much more tighter. The most important thing is from here to here, you want it really tight so that there's no chance for the ammunition to slide off. If you're able to do all of this, you're able to shoot improvised ammunition that is easy to make, and you can easily fletch these with leaves, or you can actually shoot ammunition that isn't even fletched, and it can be used for improvised hunting ammo, although at very close range. Now what I really like about this folding bow is that there's this notch here, so you don't have to do a conventional grip. You can offset lower, and if I hold it in this position, you can see there's so much more clearance and much lower chance of the ammunition hitting my knuckle. Now you're not going to be able to pull a lot of draw weight, but also keep in mind the GPP, the ammunition is very light, so you actually don't want to do full draw 60 pounds. I would just do partial draw, maybe 15 inches draw length, so I don't damage the bow. But if I do it in this configuration, I can still pull a decent amount of draw weight, which should be sufficient to pull something so light. So there are ways to engineer this so that you don't hit your thumb. And that's the biggest concern, because this riser is made of metal. So even if the ammunition hits the metal, it's not going to break the bow. Structurally, even if there's a giant hole in this metal, I'm pretty sure this will still not explode. I mean, you probably don't want to use the bow anymore, but for that one shot, the bow won't explode. It would just have a dent here. So that's why I like it with this combination. We're going to try that out. Look at this method of holding. My thumb is all the way away from, check how I hold it here. My thumb is all the way away. This is much harder for the ammunition to hit my thumb. but there's still a small chance that I could hit my fingers. So you could actually hold this thing all the way down here. And if you do that, because you're still holding on the riser and not the bending portion, this should work. Let's check it out. You ready? Now, I wouldn't be pulling full 28 inches, just maybe 15 inches draw length. But let's check it out. Are you ready? And there you go. I shot it, and my thumb is completely away, holding much further away from the shelf. And let's check how straight the ammunition was. And it shot pretty fast, but how deep did it go? And as you can see, the ammunition shot pretty fast, and it went completely through. Look, this is just a sharpened stick, and it's not even fire hardened, but went through all the way. This is sufficient to hunt small game. I wouldn't take a deer with this, but I think this is enough penetration for a squirrel or like a bird. But you got to be starving to be and desperate enough to use this tube device. Wow, it shot. Now it's quite hard to aim with this thing, but it's a wooden stick, but it went through the wood. Wow, that thing is. You see that? Okay, let's try a Slavic draw. Wow, I think I like the Slavic draw better than thumb draw because I can control the tube with it. Forget about historical accuracy, I'm trying to survive here. And that's pretty deep for an improvised ammunition. Now let's try it without the fletching. And I don't know if it's gonna shoot straight. What do you think? So now it's just a stick. It doesn't have fletching anymore. We're gonna use Slavic draw. Ready? Now this might look very awkward, but it's much safer this way because my hand's not even close to the stake. Ready? It worked. Wow, that's without fletching, and it shot very straight. Look at it. No fletching at all. Now I'm confident I can use this for survival. Look at this. This much penetration. This should be enough. Now, depending on how sharp the sticks are, but this should be enough for small game. And it depends on the small game. Some hides are tougher than some, but this actually gives me a chance to survive if all I have is this, because I can make improvised ammunition out of sticks. Okay. So here's our improvised ammunition that we're going to shoot. Let's see if it works. Yes, it worked. It sticked. Woo. But it broke the stick after. But it worked. Look, look. How much penetration do we get on this improvised stick we made without a knife? Very little penetration. But the theory works. It has some potential. I just have to spend more time making a more dedicated bolt. Well, thanks a lot, Huntingdoor, for this bow. I really like it. Folds nice in a package if you want to bring it. It's quite light for a metal bow, but I think it's a good bow to recommend. Thank you for watching.